to today's conversation about joy.
You might have seen the most recent video where Jaden and I told you the story about the shepherds being visited in the fields by an angel who brought them good news of Jesus' birth.
But you also saw how scary it can be to see an angel.
For sure, if I were to see a bright light in the sky with a being in there, I don't care what they're telling me, I'd be afraid.
Yeah, but just because something's scary doesn't mean that it comes without joy.
What do you mean? How can that be true?
Well, what about the first day of school? Or the first time you make a friend? Those things can be scary, but they can be filled with a lot of joy too.
I see what you mean. Like a haunted house. Scary but thrilling.
No, Jonathan, not quite. Let me try this again. Fireworks, loud but beautiful. Or skydiving or bungee jumping, scary but thrilling.
Okay, I think I get it now. It's like going to the Grand Canyon and standing on the edge, and it's beautiful, and it's also scary to look down because it's so far down, but it's beautiful.
That's pretty specific, but yeah, I think you get the gist.
Wow, it's fun to imagine what it must have been like to be a shepherd in the field, looking up at something so scary, and yet being filled with so much joy.
Absolutely, and the feeling that they had, going from being filled with fear to being filled with joy, is what had their hearts racing and searching for Jesus.
And then, as soon as they find this baby, Jesus, they are filled with so much joy that they cry out, "Glory to God in the highest," just from witnessing this little child's face, to have witnessed the face of God.
Do you know where else you might find the face of God?
Yes! Well, I think I do, but you go ahead.
Well, you see the face of God in neighbors around you.
Ah, okay, yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Right, for sure.
Well, to expand, it means that all of our neighbors, all around the world, reflect the image of God, meaning that the joyful God we know is reflected in everybody. And that is part of the good news that Jesus brought, that every one of us is loved exactly as we are, and that is joyful good news.
Glory! Sorry, couldn't help it.
Well, they're not wrong.
Absolutely, and that is worth a resounding glory to God, because we are made in God's image, beautifully and wonderfully made as we are.
Well, I guess that just leaves us with one last thing.
What's that? Oh, right, the gingerbread house.
Exactly. This week, we invite you to make a gingerbread house, take a picture, and submit it to us.
And your gingerbread kits can be made anything from a kit, or made homemade if you make your own gingerbread, or whatever way you'd like to make it creative and make it your own.
From the simple and beautiful to the most ornate.
Indeed, every one of you are a joyful image of God, and
You too can spread joy, maybe by making a gingerbread house.
not a bad idea. Well, next time we'll be talking about the fourth candle, where we're talking about love. But until then,
Be kind
do good
and love your neighbors. Bye.
I have one last line, and I don't remember what it is.
No! And also, I didn't know you had another line, and I almost went, yes! After mine. So you could probably see that.
I was like, oh, they knew just from looking at this little child they had seen the face of God. And I don't remember my next part. Goodness gracious.
God from being right. Don't feel with joy. So had their heart racing and looking for Jesus. Okay. Guys, do you know how long it takes us to film these things? I'm just curious. They end up being 4 minutes long, but it takes like an hour and a half.